Mimi's Mixed Bag. Today is day 5 of Christmas in July. Today I'm going to make a vintage Christmas bell door hanger, and I'm using a really fun technique that some of you may or may not have ever done in elementary school, and it's called aluminum foil relief. What we're actually doing is covering our door hanger in aluminum foil and embossing it in a way to give it a real metal vintage look. So we'll see. I'm going to put this aluminum foil over to the side and show you what the base of my door hanger is going to be. So instead of wood, I just happen to have this big sheet of 1/2 inch styrofoam. It's kind of flimsy, but I like the thickness of it, and so it'll give a wood appearance. Sketched out a bell shape on the fold, and I'm going to cut it out, and that will give me my bell pattern. So I'm going to cut out 2 bells out of this styrofoam. I'm not sure how smooth the edges of my bells are going to be, and so that may dictate whether or not I even use this or not. So I'll have to wait and see on that. But if this doesn't come out smooth looking, then I'll just use some Dollar Tree foam board, and I know I can cut that and it will be smooth. It just won't be as thick. So what I need to do is go ahead and cut out my pattern, cut out my 2 bell shapes, and I'll be back. I want to show you, just in case you do decide to use some thin styrofoam, I've found this is the easiest way to do it, is to lay your bell down flat on the table and then smooth it onto the sides and just work your way around. You're covering a curved surface, you may need to do a few slits in the tape so that it will lay down flat. It's giving my bell smooth sides. All right, I've got both my bells covered on the edges, and then I think it's going to do exactly what I wanted it to do. And so now the next step, put a design on my surface using yarn or twine or whatever you have. So just put a bead of glue down, put your yarn in the glue strip, and then cut off the edges. And now I'm just going to create a little design on both my bells using glue and yarn. So I just took a pencil and I'm just drawing me some little swirl shapes all around and gluing the string on my sketch lines. Now I've seen this done a variety of ways. I just chose to use this thick yarn, but if you're really good with a glue gun, you can just do beads of hot glue and it will dry and it will emboss the aluminum foil. You could do 2 or 3 coats of just Elmer's glue, but that is kind of a long process. Now with it being 100 degrees outside today, I'm gonna go set these outside for a little bit and let them dry. I think my yarn is probably dried enough where I don't think it's gonna shift on me too much. I ended up finding a little package of some flat back rhinestones. I glued a few of those around just to give me another little detail when I get ready to emboss the aluminum foil. It's always better to use heavy duty aluminum foil, but if you don't have heavy duty, you just need to be extra careful. So just make sure that whatever you're covering is clear on all sides, because we're going to be wrapping it around all the sides. Now I want to make sure and put my shiny side down, because I'm going to be putting Elmer's glue on the duller side. It doesn't take a whole lot. And then I'm going to take a sponge brush and smooth it out about as big as my bell. All right, I'm going to stick my bell down and then flip it over, and I'm going to have the shiny side up. And this is where I'm going to just press it, press, and then I forgot to bring it here, but I'll go get one. This is where instead of using your fingers, it's just a good practice to use like a Q-tip. I mean, you can use your fingers, but I just find that a Q-tip is definitely softer. Just be super careful to not rip the aluminum foil. So I'm just going to keep pressing this aluminum foil and do the same thing on the other bell. I'm going to take some black paper and cover up the back of my bell just to make it look a little neater. All right, let me show you what I've done here. This one is, you know, I did the black Sharpie marker all over it and wiped it off with some alcohol. And you can tell there is a difference between the Sharpie marker one. But this one, I think I'm going to try some baby wipes and just some black acrylic paint and rub it on there and see if maybe that's even easier. And then I'll go back and do this one again. So I'm just going to squirt some on there. Not a whole lot. It's not going to take a whole lot. And then a baby wipe and just rub it. I can tell already that this is definitely what I was looking for. I mean, in a split second, that's the look I was going for. So it's kind of a little bit of a messy process. You can leave as much black on there as you want. Be sure and get the sides because you want the sides to have that aged look. But yeah, a baby wipe and black craft paint. And then when you get done with both your bells, kind of look at them and see which one looks the best, because one of them is going to be covered up with the other one. One of my rhinestones kind of came through the foil on there, and I kind of want to cover that one up. So I'll definitely put this one on the bottom. And you can cover up the bottom one as much as you want. So I'm going to go ahead and rub a little black paint on this one and the other one. And then when I get done with that, I'm going to hot glue them together on top of each other and then add some greenery and a bow and hang it up and show you what it looks like. All right, friends, here is my vintage inspired metal Christmas bell door hanger. I am so happy with how it turned out. It took a little trial and error, but I got the look that I wanted. Let me just tell you how I finished it out. So these are really not attached. They actually kind of swing, and that was just the best way because there was nothing up at the top to attach all that greenery and the bow. Let me just show you the back. I hot glued a hanger with duct tape and glue and then just hung it on the hook of the bow. And that bow right there, I had bought that thrifting in the bins one day, and with this being vintage inspired, I just thought this red velvet fit perfectly. So I couldn't be more happy with it. I hope you'll find some styrofoam or even cardboard, whatever you got, and try this fun art technique of aluminum foil relief. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with day 6 with another fun Christmas idea. Bye-bye.